Just making sure we are live because we have definitely got some stuff to go over. Perfect. All right. So if you caught my last live, it tech wasn't working, things were blurry, I wasn't getting the information across. And the point of me redoing this live is not to be perfect. It is to get information across to you all. And that's what I want to do. So if it gets a little blurry, I'm sorry. If the lighting's off, sorry. But the point is to get the information to you all. And that's what I'm going to do. So let us retry this live. This live is all about networking. It's about being able to show not only your value, but be able to articulate that value. And I find a lot of times we don't know how to do that. Even myself, there's been times where I just cannot articulate and network and do all these different things, but that is what practice and time is for. So let me introduce myself. If you guys don't know me, hey, my name is Jordan. I am a career and confidence coach from Boss Life in Progress, and I work with professionals who want to not only land their ideal career, but also build that confidence on the way. And so what I do is basically all the technical stuff, resume, cover letter, LinkedIn, all that. But I also work on that mindset stuff, that imposter syndrome, that kind of little voice telling you can't do it. Why should you apply for this? You're not going to go anywhere. All those little stupid voices that tell you can't do it. Those are kind of the things we work on, and we work past all these different obstacles that are holding you back from actually thriving in your career and your life. And so how do I do that? I do that through various means, but coaching being one of them. I'm going to have some courses coming up, memberships. So all going to be super, super fun, but you guys are here to talk about networking. So let's talk about it. What is networking? Networking is basically a conversation that builds relationships. So when you're talking to random people at events, networking. When you're building friendships and relationships and doing all these things, whether it be personal or professional, you're networking and you're building relationships. And so networking does not have to be this kind of sleazy thing that people think it is, where you just go around a room and hand out cards and say, hey, call me, and then you never follow up. It's 2021 at this point, time of filming. That's not going to work anymore. People can smell sleaze a mile away. And if they think that you're just trying to use them, especially if there's no mutual benefit, people are going to run the other way. And in order to use your networking skills, you have to actually build networking skills. And this is all it can work in the short term, but this is a very long term type of skill or muscle or whatever that you want to build. Networking does not come easy, but once you start practicing and getting the hang of it, you will find that you're able to network with so many different people, and it will open so many doors for you in your career and in your social life as well. And so I wanted to talk about, and I put the thumbnail as like the awkward edition, because I know how it is to try to network as like an awkward person. And I'm not saying that because I'm a confidence coach, like I have, I'm 100% confident 100% of the time. No, what I am is I'm able to speak and I'm able to articulate what I want, whether it be in front of one person, two people, a crowd, right? And so that's what I want the networking to be for you. I want it to be easier. It's never going to be truly easy because talking to strangers can be a little awkward, hence the thumbnail. But it can be awkward. But I want you to be able to say, okay, I'm in an awkward situation. We're in there. We're cool. We're moving on. And so networking and building that muscle can actually really help you in the long run. And so I wanted to talk about networking based on personality, because I've been talking about this and I want people to kind of stop forcing themselves to do things that aren't within their nature. A lot of times we force ourselves to do things. that we just don't want to do, right? And so you need to find a way to make it easier. I can make a correlation with working out. I don't like working out. I really don't. It's not fun. Things hurt, sweaty, all that, right? But because I like to dance, I find that at least in the cardio section of my workout, I can turn on some music and work out that way or run that way, or I can do like a dance workout, whatever. I'm not working against my natural instinct. My natural instinct is not to work out. But because I like to dance, it's fun, it's something that I want to do, I incorporate that with something I don't want to do. And a lot of times people think that they can't network because they try the old fashioned way. And what I mean by old fashioned way is they try to bulldoze their way into a relationship with someone, and that's just not how it works. You cannot force a relationship on someone. You cannot force really conversation on anyone. They're going to resent it. You're not going to get anywhere. But when you're organic, authentic, if buzzword of the day, authentic, if you're authentic and people actually want to be around you and network with you, it's gonna take you far. I keep saying that, but it really will take you far. And so when you network based on your personality, whether that be introverted or extroverted, because those are the two things that we're working with right now, you're gonna find that if you stop going against what you naturally want to do, or what your system and your body and your like senses want you to do, you're gonna find it a lot easier to network. And so let's start with my introverts, right? My introverts, not necessarily, it's not that they don't want to talk to people. It's that they probably have a social battery that gets drained a lot easier than my extroverts. And my introverts, they can be out, they can talk, but after a certain amount of time, it's done. Or you have like the severe introverts where they just don't want to be bothered. How do introverts like that network and build connections? Well, there's this wonderful thing. I'm going to take a sip of water. There's this wonderful thing called the internet. And there's this wonderful thing called LinkedIn where we can network our asses off. We can network with so many different people that we don't have to actually interact with like physically, because I know sometimes interacting physically for an introvert is what drains that battery. So we can interact online at the beginning, try to get our bearings, especially I know a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to talk to a recruiter. They're the ones that are going to find me the job. That's what I need to talk to. Well, if you don't want to talk to people, it's kind of hard to find that recruiter. But if you start off this conversation online, and I know sometimes it can be scary to reach out, but that's at that point, that's where that confidence is going to have to come in, and you're going to have to say to yourself, if I don't want to go talk to people in person or like via Zoom so you can actually see them, you're going to have to come up with a different way. And this is one way that I think will really help someone that is introverted. And that's going through like LinkedIn and different online spaces that's going to be able to help you network. What you say and how you actually build that relationship is completely up to you. That's something that I get into deeply with clients. That's we build a networking plan. I'm not going to tell you exactly what to say, but we're going to build out a plan for you to start building your network full of people that are not only going to be your allies, but they're going to be able to help you in the future, near future, and actually right now. And so with introverts, again, LinkedIn and other social networking platforms are going to be your best friend. And you, like I said, you don't have to force it. And you're going to resist it if you don't want to do it. So why are you making yourself do it the way that you just see everybody else doing it? Figure out a way that works for you, that makes you comfortable. I'm all about getting out of your comfort zone, But if you're going to procrastinate, guilty. If you're going to not do it, guilty. And if you're just going to kind of self-sabotage yourself, guilty, then you need to make sure that you're trying to tweak at least your networking plan so that it fits you. And so once you figure that out and you figure out the way you are, you can literally be your authentic self. Now, moving on to my extroverts. My extroverts, they're going to have some fun with this one because my extroverts are people that can talk someone's ear off. And I think I sit somewhere in the middle. I can chat, I can be quiet, I can do it all. But for my extroverts, my really, really talkative extroverts, or even if you're not talkative, this one's for you. So when you are out and about, whether it be in person or virtual, and you're face-to-face or Zoom or Skype or whatever, you want to make sure that you're using that as your strength. Your social battery does not get drained as quickly as in introverts, and you need to use that to your advantage. What do I mean by that? You can also start your networking online. You can build relationships, do all that. And quick tip for both the introvert and the extrovert, networking people tend to see it as like, oh, I have to go and like talk to a million strangers. Your network, your inner circle, your mid circle, and then your outer circle are probably the best bet you have starting off, rather than trying to get a stranger to know, like, and trust you. If you've watched anything or read anything of mine, I mentioned the know, like, and trust factor a lot. It's used in business. I like to correlate it to professional 9-to-5ers. If someone knows you and they like you and they trust you, they're more willing to help you. And I know you're like, how is someone on LinkedIn, a recruiter, supposed to know, like, and trust me? Well, it's all about perception. If someone perceives that they know you, they perceive that they like you, and they perceive that they somewhat trust you, they're going to want to help. It's just our natural like inclination to help people that we like, more so than just like random strangers. We'll get all into like why people want to help strangers versus why people want to help like friends and family. We'll get into that another time, but just take my word for that. People who know, like, and trust you are going to want to help you. And at this point, it's not even so much about help. It's that they see the value that, hey, you might not even see in yourself, but they see it in you and they want to help. Now, I've gone off track, but we're going to go back because I kind of lost my train of thought, but I'm going to go off my notes. But like I was saying, extroverts, you want to use your strength. Your strength is talking. Your strength is being able to hold a conversation and not feel drained or like socially awkward or whatever. And you need to be able to use that. And so a strength of yours is your talkativeness, but it can also be a weakness because we also need to learn how to keep that talkativeness focused. We want to be able to build relationships, and build relationships. You guys have built relationships. I don't have to tell you how to be nice and talk to people and don't talk at people. There's a book that I've been reading, and I wish I like set it down on the table. I think it's How to Win Friends and Influence People. And one of the topics in the book is people want to talk about themselves. People love talking about themselves. They will remember a conversation that you had with them if you just let them go on and on and on and on about themselves. They'll remember that more than they remember any accomplishment or anything you ever did. And that is just one of the concepts in the book. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And so the author, he was saying in conversations, especially if it's not just the, hey, I need a job right now conversation, it's just the, I'm networking with you, I want to hear about you and your knowledge and what you have to say. Boom, right there. Another mistake people like to make is they like to say, oh, they send a message on LinkedIn. Hey, I'm just reaching out. I wanted to see if you had any opportunities. it's kind of rude just to come out and ask someone that you don't really know for a job, but I digress. You have to finesse, charm. I know it's like not something that you might want to do, but until the game changes, we got to play the game. And so something that I share with my clients is the fact that we're not out here to lie to anybody. We're not out here to fake it till we make it. I really want you to become that confident person that you want to be. I want you to be able to walk into a room or come into a Zoom call and have that confidence glowing or an interview and have that confidence glowing from you. And you know who you are, what your value is, and you're going to show them and tell them, articulate it, written on paper, interviews, all that. I want you to be able to articulate it. And so with my extroverts, I know I got a little off topic, but with my extroverts, that is your strength and your weakness, your talkativeness. If we can rein that in and really get you to use that as a focus tool to build relationships, you actually care what people are saying, you let them speak, you just really get to know them, that is going to be such a great thing for you. And it's going to just explode, like your opportunities is going to like bust them wide open, because it's going to be awesome. But as far as strengths and weakness, I'm going to take it back to it. Strengths and weakness. So my strengths for my introverts, you guys listen, you guys are on it. You're able to assess a situation or a mood or a room, and you're on it because you're quiet and you're listening. The weakness for you is that you're not very talkative, but we can also use that to your advantage, because if you're listening and you come in at the right times, when you're building relationships, when you're talking to the people that you need to be talking to, or you're just even at the point of, hey, I'm going to listen and I'm going to start, I don't like the word collecting, but I'm going to start filling my group and my circle with people that are really just genuinely nice people, but they also are going to force me to get off my ass and keep it pushing. You got to keep moving. And so they're going to be my friends, they're going to be my family, they're going to be my coworkers, they're going to be my mentors, they're going to be my coaches, they're going to be people that I'm acquainted with but I actually like, right? And so they're going to be all types of people within your inner, mid, and outer circle. And those are the types of people, the genuinely authentic, nice, good people that are going to get you up off your ass and get you moving forward to where you want to be and where you know you can and should be. Those are the types of people that you want in your circles, and that's networking is how you get there. Again, extroverts, we already went over your strengths and your weaknesses. You talk a lot, which is a strength, but it's a weakness. So we have to just focus you up and make sure that you're using your strength wisely. And so I kind of talked about this already, but who should you network with? Inner, mid, outer. So inner is your inner circle, friends, family, people you trust, people you like, people you know. There you go. Mid circle is typically the people that are in your life, but they're kind of not as tight knit as your inner circle. So that could be like the friends that have kind of like moved on, but you're still cool with them. It could be coworkers that you're cool with. It could be like old roommates or something. It's just your mid circle. So the people that you could actually come to and talk to, but they're not going to be as like tight knit as your inner circle. And then your outer circle is pretty much strangers. Strangers. So your outer circle is going to be like the people that you kind of know, and then strangers. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, definitely leave me a comment and I will clarify for you all. And so, like I said in the beginning, networking is a long-term game, but it can be helpful in the short run. I want to talk really quickly about the hidden job market, because I definitely said I was going to talk about it in this training. The hidden job market, I feel like, is not so hidden anymore. When someone says hidden job market, all they mean is that these jobs are not being posted on Indeed and Monster and LinkedIn Jobs and ZipRecruiter and all those other sites. They're not being listed because they're being snatched up by people that are either internal or somebody knows somebody, or there's a referral, or, you know, there's just, maybe there's a separate independent recruiter that's working and they have a list of candidates or something like that. The hidden job market is basically a smaller pool of candidates that are being looked at because of some sort of connection they have. And whether you think, oh, that's not fair or whatever, it's the game, and right, and so you have to play the game. You don't have to, but you want to play it to your advantage, right? It's good to try to like change the system and change what's been going on, but you have to actually get in there first. So you definitely have to play the game. And so with the hidden job market, networking is literally the key that opens that door. If someone knows you, they like you, and they trust you, they're going to help you. I'll give you guys a quick example of networking. It's business-wise, but it'll work in the context of the 9 to 5. So I was in this course group, and we had a Zoom call. We're talking. Q&A session came up. Nobody seemed like they were going to ask a question. So I was like, well, you know what? Me, I will ask a question. And I asked a question, and then someone messaged me and said, hey, really liked your question, really enjoyed the conversation that came after the question. We actually talked via, I believe it was Instagram, kept up, you know, like a kind of acquaintancy, businessy type relationship, talk back and forth. And then this person, she said that, hey, you should speak in my group. Would love to have you. I said, awesome, let me know. And then kind of crickets. And I didn't really, you know, it is what it is. But just recently, that person reached back out and was like, hey, definitely still want you to speak in the group. It's a great gig, great people, would love for you to do a presentation. And I said, you know what? Awesome, amazing. I am there. Let me know what time and what date. And this is just a simple networking thing. It's a simple, hey, I talked to this person before they thought of me, and now I'm going to be able to do a presentation for a group. It might seem small, it might seem simple, but you don't know where your name is. You don't know where your name is out in these streets. Your name could be in a boardroom right now because someone is referencing and vouching for you. Like, you just don't know. And so you always want to have like that nice person, that nice person like networking hat on, because you never know. Your name is out here in these boardrooms, it's out here in this corporate world, and people are going to start to take notice of you if you actually start to show your value, show your worth, network, talk to people, be nice. Like, it literally only takes just being nice, keeping up, following up with people for them to be like, hey, that was amazing. Hey, this person does this, that, and the other, or this person is looking for this job. Maybe this is a good fit for them. It takes like that, and it doesn't really take much more out of your schedule to be nice to people and to talk to people and just do that. That's how you build relationships. And so moving on to my next point, LinkedIn networking for current job seekers. You have to utilize LinkedIn. I don't like to use the word have to, the words have to, but I feel like LinkedIn has such potential, and sometimes, especially like the younger millennials, we're just like, oh, you know what? LinkedIn is for old, stuffy people. It's not for me. I only made one because somebody told me to. Haven't looked at it in years. Don't know what it is. Guys, if you're not on LinkedIn, I don't know what's up. I don't know what you're doing. I need you to get on LinkedIn. I need you to start building up your connections. I need you to start actually following through and following up Follow through and follow up with people. Big mistake. I see people not following up. It's going to be awkward. It is going to be awkward. Sometimes, even though I'm confident in what I say, when I get a response that makes the conversation awkward, even I'm just like, oh, that was cringy. I don't know how to respond to that. But I keep going because I know in the long run, this is going to be either a connection that I can come back to and request like something, or this is somebody that I can build a relationship with, possibly friendship, possibly business relationship. Don't know. I won't know until I try. You won't know until you try. And so LinkedIn is going to be a very professional social networking platform for you where you can actually try this out and make sure that you're building that mid and outer circle. Your inner circle's gonna be what it's gonna be, but your mid and your outer circle are going to fluctuate and change. And so with that being said, I want to give you guys a free training. It's called Intro to Job Search Fundamentals. And it is basically stripping back all of this complicated bull and taking it back to the basics. I feel like we want everything to be so simple, but we make it so complicated. And I decided that I did a training and I decided I was going to strip all this bull out and give you guys the basics, the intro into job search fundamentals. So it's going to give you a great base foundation to actually start your job search. And if you're in the middle of it, it's perfect for you. If you're starting, it's perfect for you. If you're like, I don't know, I have a job, I'm not really looking, go take a look at it and see what you think, because it's going to really change your perspective about the current market right now, the current job market. And also, I just want to let you guys know that I will be updating that. And so whenever you're seeing this, it could be like multiple iterations because the market is changing. The job market is changing, and sometimes I want to be able to update that information. And so periodically I'm going to update it. But the information that you see now, current, relevant, cool. So make sure you guys go and check out that training. I'll put it down in the description for you to check out. It'll also be in the first comment. So I am going to check this. We're good to go. All right. So networking does not have to be sleazy. It doesn't have to make you cringe. It does not have to do all of these different things that people thought it did back. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. You can literally network without being or sounding intimidating. Just be yourself. I feel like I need to make a video about being your authentic self, because even though people are saying like, oh, I'm myself, it's me, cap, as they say. So I will definitely be making more of these lives, definitely talking about being authentic, considerate, asking for advice, not jobs. I want to do more of these. If you're not on my VIP email list, make sure you get onto that. You can do that by going down in the description. My website will be there. I'll put it up on the screen right now. You can sign up to any of the freebies, and they'll put you right on the VIP list. I've got templates, resources, all types of stuff. Go and sign up for this list, guys. If you want to move forward, you have to invest in your education. You have to invest in actually learning how to move forward. And by invest, I mean sign up. It's free. Go sign up. It's free. Let me make sure I did not miss anything, because I am not perfect. Okay. Oh, one more point. Networking is not about squeezing favors out of people. It's not about, hey, I want a job, you got one? No, it's about, again, building and maintaining relationships that are equally beneficial to both you and the other party. And if you are feeling nervous or you're having a hard time figuring it out, If you're like, what the heck, I've been doing networking and it's not working, go check out that training. Go check out all the resources that I have on my website. Go check out all the resources I have on my Instagram, Naturally by Jordan. Go check it out. All these links will be down in the description. I'm gonna say it again. Go check it out. You can't be mad at anybody but yourself if you don't go and do what you got to do in order to succeed, right? So with that being said, I will catch you guys in my next live. Also, down in the comment section, let me know, A, if networking is working for you. And then B, let me know any other topics that you want to hear about, because I am all about giving the audience what they want. So without further ado, I will catch you guys on my next live.